There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Suzette, for giving me this opportunity to be part of this wonderful presentation. And hello and namaste, everyone. My name is Kruti Gandhi. So before going forward, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I'm originally from Gujarat, India, and currently living in Halifax, Canada, with my husband and two young, wonderful children. We moved here in Canada in December 2020, and I have a long professional journey in project finance back in India. Wherein I worked for over a decade, 13 years to be more precise, and I'm doing this business for almost a year now. So now I'll start with the reasons for me getting into this business. So when I was in my back home, working in corporate was not so challenging as compared to Canada. Maybe because of the support of extended family, familiar environment, domestic help, and much more. But after immigrating to Canada, a real challenge had started. We also had to face the same challenges as an immigrant, such as getting used to new people, culture, society, and especially cold weather. My husband and I started working since the day we arrived in Canada. And very quickly, we realized that our paychecks were just enough to pay our bills. And we were just keep working, working, and working to survive the month. And all the money gone into paying the bills. Then again, work to survive the month. And that's how it was. So here the question was how to manage the expenses beyond the bills, such as my daughter's university education, extracurricular activities for my son, saving for retirement, contingency, supporting our family back home, buying a car, getting a house. All these were unanswered questions. Despite working tirelessly, we could hardly save up anything, and that's why we had a constant feeling of not having enough for our future. So, on the other side, I remember my corporate life. Initially, when I moved to Canada, I was working in a bank, and it was a very stable kind of job, and there was no further scope of progression. So, I started applying for another job, and I finally got a very good break to work in my own field. But again, it didn't come alone. It came up with lot many responsibilities, stress, meetings, deadlines, longer working hours, and most importantly, limited number of holidays, which has left me with no time for myself and my family. Even when sometimes my children were not feeling well and staying at home, they had an exams, competitions, March break, I was not able to be at home with them. It many times it may happen that my financial, my family commitments and my professional commitments both clash together, and I have to choose one over another. And because of that, I had a constant guilt feeling of not being a perfect mother. I felt that I was missing out on a quality family time, and because of that, I was not able to focus on either of the sides. So finally, my husband and I decided to not to continue like this anymore. But deep inside me, I don't want to shift the entire financial burden to my husband. And that's when I started to look desperately for some other options so that I can balance my work and family both together and also simultaneously contribute to my household income. And it was in that moment when I came across this digital side hustle. Frankly speaking, I didn't have any intention to start a business, but I was so amazed to see everything in just one plate here in this business. Like I wanted time flexibility, I wanted legitimacy in whatever I choose, and of course, a good income potential. But I had a bit of hesitation, and but my desire for change was so big, 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 so that I turned all my doubts, my fears, my skepticism, turned into research, registered for the webinar, took the next step, paid $149, explored the business in much more detail, and finally took a leap of faith. And that's how I'm here in front of you, sitting in, giving the presentations in the webinar, which was the starting point of my journey in this business. So here are some sneak peeks what I have achieved in this business. So as I mentioned that I always wanted to work from home so that I can be involved in my children's activity as and when they need me. And believe me, this is possible, 100% possible in this business. Now I'm able to be around my family, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Secondly, it doesn't require any fancy degree, previous experience, or technical know-how. And that's a plus sign for me, because as I mentioned that I'm a finance professional, and being a finance professional, this business is completely opposite of what I was doing since last so many years. So again, it's a win-win situation for me, and I would say the whole credit goes to the training and the mentorship. Because of this training and mentorship, this business has taught me so much on my personal and professional level. Because earlier, as I said, that being a finance professional, my exposure was limited to a particular cubicle or a department. I was so introvert and camera shy person. I'm not a social media person, but after coming into this business, I come out of my comfort zone. I become more and more confident, and I get over the fears, speak confidently with strangers. So a lot of change I can see in myself as well. Last but not the least is that I also wanted to make sure about to have a little bit, little extra to fall back on when needed, especially keeping in mind the economic certainties, inflation, rising cost of everything, and while fulfilling the needs of growing kids. So, trust me, all this is possible in this business. And here I would like to say, all the hardworking parents and stay home moms out there, this is a complete solution for those who are looking for change. So in the end, I would say that if you don't work on your dreams, then someone will definitely hire you to work on their dreams. So think about it. Thanks for listening to me, and back to Suzette.